Hi there. You know, when I discovered the quantum field, it literally changed my whole life. You know, when I look back in my life, I look back on the time in my life where I didn't know anything about all this, and now the time of my life when all I can talk about is the quantum field. And the quantum field literally changed everything for me. It changed the way that I look at life, the way I perceive reality, the way that I, engage with our three-dimensional reality now, and the way that I think about creating my life in essence. So for me, discovering the quantum field was a life-changing event. And I want to start this video series with talking about the quantum field. The quantum field is referred to by many things in different contexts, and people talk about it in different ways. So the first thing I want to start off with is just talking a little bit about the different terminologies that are used to talk about the quantum field and to refer to this field. So essentially, many people can refer to this field as universal intelligence, innate intelligence, the quantum, the divine mind, the universal mind, the universe. It's also referred to as chi or life force, as spirit, as the observer, the invisible power that runs our reality. It's the great loving intelligence that's behind the scenes of all of our reality. And so, at the fundamental foundation of all existence is the quantum field. It's the invisible field of energy and information. It's the immaterial field of information. When you start to think about the quantum field, you realize that reality is both matter and energy, particle and wave. So we are living in a world of both matter and energy. And if you think about it and you dive deeper into it, because it is the field of energy and information, we don't access it with our five senses, which are meant to access our physicality. So we experience our physicality through our five senses. However, at the level of energy and information, we only access this field through our awareness, our consciousness. And that's why it is also called the unified field of consciousness. It's also called the 0-point field. Basically, it's the matrix from which all form emerges. And this field, this intelligence, this phenomenal, incredible mind unifies and organizes everything material. Its signature actually is described as oneness or wholeness. And this field exists beyond our space-time. It is the inverse. It's called time-space. So nothing physical or material exists there. That's why it's also called a black void. And even though it's a black void, quote unquote, it's full of information. And this energy is frequency. That's why it's also called an infinite void of possibility, because it is a field of potentiality. It is just energy and information. And it is also considered the realm of thought. So if you can think of something, it actually exists in the quantum field in the form of frequency, of potentiality, of possibility. And so, in essence, the quantum field is a universal energy field that is governing and creating order in all of our three-dimensional life. And to tie it up together, it ultimately means that everything is created twice. First, through the quantum field activated in the realm of thought, energy, and information, and then in the material form in our three-dimensional life structure. All right, I would like to finish this video by replaying back a clip that I've recently uploaded on my YouTube channel. It's a YouTube video short about the quantum field. I've recorded about the quantum field more than once, and this is by far one of my favorite clips. So I will replay it back here because I think it will nicely and succinctly recap everything I've shared. And also, sometimes it's good to repeat new information if you're not yet familiar with the quantum field. And it's a good refresher for anyone else who would like to just feel this information flow through and integrate, because it is really life-changing. And I hope it stays with you and it activates something in you. You have to know that reality is both matter and energy, particle and wave. The quantum field is the invisible field of energy beyond our senses. We cannot experience it with our senses, such as seeing, touching, smelling, tasting, or hearing. We can only experience it with our awareness. It is the unified field of consciousness. It unifies and organizes everything material. Its signature is described as oneness, order, or wholeness. The quantum field, also known as the unified field, is the realm of, quote, time-space. There is nothing material there, no physical matter, no things, no people, no places, no time, or at least not time in the construct that we know as time. It is an infinite field of energy and information, nothing physical or material. It is also called a black void, but that black void is full of information and energy in the sense of frequency. It is an infinite void of possibility, actually, possibility and potential. It is the realm of thought. So if you can think of something, it actually exists in the quantum field in the form of a frequency, of potentiality, of possibility. Everything in the quantum field is a potentiality. The quantum field is also described as the 0-point field. It is the universal energy that is governing and creating order in all three-dimensional life. And so everything is created twice. First, through the quantum field activated in the realm of thought, and then in the material form in our three-dimensional life structure.